And Scott, just building on that, I think what we witnessed was that beautiful connection between human and animal. Can you tell us a bit more about that and what you've witnessed over your time about how that grows?
Horses are pretty special animals. They evoke a lot of emotion. I think we've had a strong relationship with horses for thousands of years. And in a lot of people, there's an underlying admiration for horses. Horses don't lie. They tell you exactly what they see and exactly what they think. You can have therapy with people, or you can talk with people, and people will sometimes tell you what you want to hear, but horses won't. If you can't control your emotions and you can't control your energy levels and you can't be in the moment, then you won't get a result from horses. So we really have to learn to regulate ourselves to be able to communicate with them. You know, they've got the innate ability to communicate through body language. Body language is how horses communicate generally. And we have that ability to be able to read body language as well, but because we're so verbal now, we don't use it as strongly as we used to, but horses do. Everything's about body language for horses. And ex-race horses learn to read people really well, because from the time they leave their mothers, they spend more time with people than they do with horses. You know, they're working with people at the racetrack and the strappers and the jockeys and the trainers. They learn really well to read body language. And so, you know, there's some pretty powerful connections that can be formed, you know, based on that, making people re-understand their ability to read body language, and the horses obviously being able to do it and doing it on throughout their lives.
There's like to be part of the film and to share your journey like that. It's incredibly vulnerable.
And I think it's like when you go into the round yard and be vulnerable with the horse. It's the same in being vulnerable with your own story, and to share those vulnerabilities allows healing in itself. If we keep it all inside and lock ourselves away, we internally implode and we'll never be able to get into that round yard. So I think I've learnt that vulnerability is a really important part of healing. And it certainly has helped me in working with the horses, as well as sharing my stories and writing my books and all the things that I've been doing since then too.
Horse Aid has started to raise some funds. We need the objective for us is to raise funds to be able to do this as regularly as possible. You know, my main job at the moment is training horses and people. I'd like to make this a bigger part, what you've seen here today, a bigger part of what I do. I'd like to make this the centre, the focus of my work. I think it's something that's really needed. It's something that I enjoy doing, and I love seeing the results. And we've had some really good people come out of the programs that are able to share in the workload to be able to run the programs. So now we're running day programs that just run for a day. They're basically taster programs to get people in and get them to have a little bit of a feel of what we do. And we're looking at sort of getting back to the residential programs again. COVID got in the way, like it got in the way of everything. The residential programs were a problem at that time, but now things are starting to build up again. We're starting to reconnect better with the veteran community and getting back to where we were prior to COVID, except that now hopefully we're going to have some funds to be able to push on a little bit further and do more and more.